So Jeff Rogers, serial entrepreneur and music expert, who I've known for many years. I guess what's the thing that most surprises you today about where radio is at versus where it used to be?
Well, I'd say one of the, I don't know, and I'd say surprising, but one of the difficult things in dealing with radio is your entry point. So what is your entry point? The other day I have a record, I have a new company, it's a development company that we're developing music.
Right.
And I was looking for suppliers, radio promotion people. And I sent the record out to one of my friends in the US who does radio promotion at college radio primarily, and thinking I had a college radio record, and he said, it's too slick for college radio. And I said, oh, okay, so you think we could go straight to commercial? No, it's too alternative for commercial radio. And I'm going to give him money to help me promote it. But he's my friend, so he's being honest. And I thought, right, that's a challenging position to be in. So where is my exposure level? And I think the problem with it used to be in radio when I managed The Pursuit of Happiness or Crash Test Dummies, we would enter at college radio, or in Crash Test Dummies' case, AAA radio, which had just formed at that time. We'd enter in that place. There was an arena for us to enter. In Canada, we have CBC, Radio 3 and Radio 2. That's a good entry point. In the US, NPR is not quite the same thing as CBC, and it's not geocentric. So I think that you don't have that place, and so therefore you don't have feedback on what you're doing. Although you can get that from social now, and you can find that, okay, I put it out on YouTube, I cause people to hear it or see it, and you get some reaction, and then you're needing to take those social stats to radio, as opposed to with Pursuit of Happiness. We had I'm an Adult Now, topped the college radio charts. It was like REM and The Pursuit of Happiness. And then we went to Daniel Glass from Glassnote, was the head of promotion at Chrysalis at the time. He took that record, and then they took it out to alternative, went top 20 at alternative. We went to top 40, we didn't make it. But we had a clear path of where we were going to go. College radio, rock radio, top 40. I don't see that clear path so clear anymore.
Right. Is radio meeting your needs as a listener, or if not, how would you recommend to radio to meet your needs better as a listener?
Well, I was talking from Chris from CBC earlier, and we were talking about a couple of radio shows. And I'll just say two radio shows on CBC that meet my needs are Holger Peterson's show and Randy Bachman's show. And they meet my needs because they play all kinds of different music, from commercial music to alternative music, from old music to new music, and they tell stories. They're not just talking at me saying, someone found an 800-pound coconut and I saw it on the internet and now I'm telling you. I don't really care about the DJ telling me that. So DJs are letting me down with their inane stories that are not useful to me, but provocateurs of stories like Randy Bachman and Holger Peterson are giving me what I want in radio. Now that's not really commercial radio, although in a sense it is because it's widely spread in Canada, but that kind of radio is there, and I think you can find that in podcasts too, and that's why podcasts are so popular, because I get the story. Sometimes with podcasts I don't get the music and I just get the story. I like both. So sometimes it meets my needs, but the good thing about radio, the wonderful thing about radio is I have choice. So I can change the station, I can go to the internet, I can do whatever, but I'm always engaging with music, I'm always listening to music, and I'm looking for interesting stories. I'm looking to be entertained, right? I want entertainment. That's what I'm looking for. If it's not entertaining, I will change the station.
But it's based on the stories, not necessarily the music. It's based on what goes on between the music.
Yeah, it's a combination of the two. Because if it was crap music in between, I guess I wouldn't listen. But there's a lot of great music, and there's a lot of great points of view on music. And what you might listen to might be different than what I might listen to. If you had a radio show and you were telling interesting stories in between, but not fodder, not water cooler fodder, or not something I could have found in my internet feed on my newsle or whatever in the morning, that's what I would prefer.
What would you like to see from radio moving forward that's feasible for radio in a financial setting?
Well, I think what's feasible in a financial setting is sort of a looser grip on the playlist. Like, yes, let's play stuff. Let's play more new music. Let's create more discovery. Let's look to the audience to see what they're discovering, and use crowd feedback and maybe even like a show that is just like, I'd love to hear a show that was just crowdsourced. Like radio invented crowdsourcing. They had request shows. Where is the show of like where they're analyzing the analytics of their own audience locally, that's saying what's exploding? It's easy to say this band, the Foo Fighters are exploding. You know what I mean? Like, and we're going to play them. But it's like, what about the local band that's got something really cool going on here in Toronto, but they're not getting played, but yet they have a buzz? I'd say that a great example of that, a band that was being totally ignored by the mainstream music industry, not just radio, was Walk Off the Era. But they were exploding online.
Yes.
YouTube noticed and helped them.
Yes, absolutely.
And then they got a record deal. And now they get played on the radio.